Okay, should be live again. Um, yep, that was that. All right, you're gonna have to flip that one. Okay, so it looks like we're good YouTube wise, and for whatever reason, this is kind of frustrating. Okay, for whatever reason, Twitch is not going live right now, and I don't know why. Okay. Well, again, progress over perfection. So I guess I'll redo the intro then, for the sake of just having this single recording because I'll delete the one before, and we'll kind of go from there. All right. So welcome everyone to Build with Ben. My name is Ben Hong. I'm a Vue core team member, a Nuxt ambassador, and senior staff developer experience engineer at Netlify. So I do a lot of stuff with the web, as far as building websites, that kind of stuff. But I do a lot of teaching as well. So naturally, one of the things I kind of got around to doing during the pandemic is getting to live stream more consistently, so I could just kind of put out either content or share my knowledge with you all as we go on. And so for those first time, Build with Ben, basically we're here to live stream, talk about stuff that's on my mind, build stuff, and then we just kind of see where it goes from there. If you're looking for that kind of straightforward tutorial of like how do I do this as quickly as possible, this is not the session for you. This is more of a live Q&A. Come hang out while we work on things, see how I code live, things that I'm thinking of, and just if you want, throw it in the background, that kind of stuff, to see if there's any interesting discussion. But really, it's just here for a chance for us to interact and a place for those to join the stream in the meantime. So, all right. With that said, I think we're going to go ahead and jump right in to, let's jump right into the session, shall we? All right, so let me make sure I got my chat open up here at the bare minimum. Um, yeah, okay, cool. All right, switching on over. Live stream. Boom. All right, it's going to be a weird transition in the meantime. All right, so hopefully y'all should see my screen. So the plan for today, as far as what we're doing, I don't know why that didn't work. Uh, oh, well, this is weird. That works. For some reason, it seems like my site is down. That's not great. Huh. This is pretty weird. Not what I expected. All right. Well, I guess we're starting off figuring out what's going on. So I'm just going to log in, see if anything happened with the deployment side of things. Uh, yep. Deploy preview. I'm not worried about that. Yep. Okay. Something is out right now. That's unfortunate. Okay, in the meantime, what I can do though, because we adapt, shall we? We're gonna go ahead and let's go ahead and go to the Ben code Zen. All right, so here we go. Everything looks like it's up and running. Good. npm run dev and see what's going on here. All right, so let's see. Let me get out of this here so we can get the 2/3 in. Zoom out a bit so we can see everything. And then at the bare minimum, we're waiting for that to figure it out. Open in live stream, collapse that. Great. Okay, cool. Looks like we're good to go on that end. Let's see. All right, great. Okay, so what exactly is going on here? Well, on my old site, what I was able to do is I used to be able to actually point people to the RSS feed. So if we take a look at what's going on here, I had a link for RSS. Currently, it is broken. So we need to fix that. And so when it came to Nuxt 2, I know that one of the things that used to have an RSS feed plugin, but we're no longer in a Nuxt 2 land. So let's just look up RSS feed for Nuxt 3. So it looks like in terms of SEO page, looks like there is a Nuxt.js feed, but is this actually Nuxt 3 compatible? Bum, 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 bum. It'll take in Nuxt content, it'll take in the feed, base article, sure, it'll generate all this stuff. Cool. npm run generate. Why do I feel like this is the old site? Now the editor plus arc. That's right, Miguel. Um, the thing is, I have a feeling this is not the right version, but we're about to find out. So if we open this up, RSS feed, yep, yep, yep. Is it for Nuxt 2 and higher? That is not an explicit call out to Nuxt 3, so I'm suspicious of this actually working. Yeah, I'm suspicious of this actually working on Nuxt 3 because it's relying on sort of the generate feature rather than the new Nitro. And it has not been updated for many years. So, yeah, I believe this is the program I was using before, and unfortunately, this is not a thing that is possible now. So, what do we got here? Oh, we have an RSS feed here from StackBlitz, and we have here. All right, let's take a look at this real quick. I'm actually curious what's going on here. So, all right, so here we got a sample project here, and we're gonna see what exactly is going on. Do, do, do. All right. Hey, what up, Jacob? How's it going? It seems that my Twitch feed is not working for some reason, even though I believe it's set up properly inside of Streamlabs. But anyhow, neither here nor there. We're here to do the work, and more importantly, the recording will be here on the YouTube channel anyhow for those who miss it. So okay, great. So this thing generates an RSS feed. That's nice. Can I see the project? Yep, server route RSS. Okay. So there is some RSS thing that's ingesting the title site URL. Then we query the content and we can request some stuff. Okay, so this avatar I'm actually pretty familiar with. It looks like this is actually related to the blog post that I saw before. So that's pretty cool. So if we go back to, let's see, yeah, let's go backwards, back. Or wait, back here. And then, all right, let's take a look out this blog post here from Michael Hoffman. And okay, so this is good. So there's a general like next content integration. That's good to go. I'm happy with that. So okay, yep, there's the stack blitz that we saw before. And so it's interesting. This one we have a server route is kind of the approach being taken here. And that way it'll actually ensure that the thing's being created as intended. And then basically it looks like we're taking the server to break it down. And then we have the RSS library to actually take it and generate the right XML. So this blog post here, where is this doc coming from? Docs? Oh wait, server query content. Server query content comes from, it looks like the Nuxt content server. So before I even dive in any further, I'm kind of curious what the server piece is. So this is built for Nuxt 3, great. So if I here and I look up server, nope, not that at all. How did he get the server bit? Querying sitemap. Okay, here we go. Server route. Okay, here we go. Server route. Ah, okay. So when you have a server directory, this will route to that. This will translate sitemap XML. It's a little different than I'm used to because I was kind of hoping for something that would generate it, but for now, one thing at a time. This is a sitemap.xml. There's a server query content. Okay, that's fine. I can work with this in the time that we have. Okay, so I understand where that's coming from now, and I got a sense of it. Then you have a feed string, feed index, set header, and response, and then send that back. Okay. So it looks like you can pre-render some stuff with the RSS XML, and that would generate the feed. Okay, actually, never mind. Michael takes care of that concern as well. So let's dive into this line by line. So first thing first, let's do that. Let's bump it back over to here. Oh, not this, because apparently my deploy is broken. Don't know why. And what we are going to do though is we want the local host 3000. So we're working out of. All right. So first thing first, if we go to slash rss.xml, that will break, which makes sense. So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to fix that by leveraging exactly what we talked about here. So let me go ahead and make sure I actually pull from the latest. Okay, great. And then everything's good to go. And then we want to do server API. Okay, but not server. We want server routes, if I'm not mistaken. Let's go ahead and check that again. Not, oh wait, we do want that. Okay, we just want this. Yep, so inside the server, we're gonna have the server generate a particular route, which makes sense. And the route we're looking for is rss.xml, but it actually needs to be a JavaScript or TypeScript file. I'm just keeping the TypeScript consistency here. And then we can export default. I can hide that actually now. Define event handler. This is great. Async, sure. Then we can go ahead and take the event. And then we can say event.response.end. And let's just say this is my string. Okay. So if this works the way I hope it does, great. We can see now that the server has rebooted and it's correctly returning the right thing. That's great. So we've learned how to define a very simple return. Now the question here is how we're actually going to get the RSS to generate, right? So next step here in my mind is we actually need to what we need to do is we need to see if we can actually get all the things. So first of all, looks like I'm going to need this RSS package. So let's go ahead and do that. Install RSS. That looks like that's good now. And then let's just start playing around with some of these imports. So I am using Nuxt content v2, which is where this thing's coming from, which we just verified. And we'll import RSS from RSS. Okay, great. So let's just kind of test this out like one piece at a time. So const feed equals new RSS. This makes sense. We're making a new RSS object. And then we'll say the title here is Ben Code Zen blog. And then the site URL, easy enough. bencodezen.io, though sadly it's down at the moment, so I don't know what's going on. And that predicted correctly. Hey, what up, Dave? How's it going? What up? What up? We have the feed here. Da, 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 and then, interesting, there is then a conversion of the feed to a string with indentation. So sure, const feed string equals feed.xml, indent true, happy with that. We can then event res set header. This is not totally right, but that's fine. Let's just do this down, content type. And then we have text XML. All right. And then we just feed this back in. Let's keep it real simple. So at this point, we're really just creating, so actually we don't even, could not find RSS. I just installed this. Oh, it's complaining about the types. Oh, Dave, yes. I'm happy to do some pairing with you. Shoot me a DM on whatever platform. Let's find some time because, yes, I would love to help you navigate the migration because I know there are certain points, depending on what your dependencies are, still a little bit lacking. So I'm happy to sit down with you on that. So please hit me up via DM. Let's do some pairing. All right, so we have this. This looks good. This is not being used. That's fine. All right, cool. So if we now see what happens, now let's go back to our RSS feed and refresh. Okay, not too shabby. Um, I see. Okay, I'm gonna say it's Michael again, but given your spelling, it might be Mikhail. Anyhow, um, I'll just say Michael for now. But yes, Next 3 has been really great to work with. I'm looking forward to as the ecosystem continues to mature and more of the standard modules are ported over. I'm looking forward to seeing that become more standard because, for example, the Nuxt 2 used to have just like a feed module that you could just throw in there. It'll just kind of work. And now it's fine. Honestly, I love playing around with primitives and understanding how things are built. It's just it would be nice, obviously, that at some point it would be a little bit cleaner than that. So, Dave, we blew speed on, yeah. So many platforms, but I believe we're following each other on most of the things. So obviously, take your pick your poison. I will absolutely get back to you. Michael's fine. Okay, thank you. Appreciate that. Okay, so XML, great. Feed string, cool. It looks like we have something here. That looks pretty good, honestly. RSS for node generator. Yeah, I can't complain about that. Cool. Whoa, what? What up, Daniel? I see Daniel in the chat. How's it going? All right, so we are building an XML feed. All right, so here's the interesting part now is we have this ability to then fetch for this server query content apparently, and we get the event date -1 where partial false find. So it sounds like it's just looking for everything inside of that, and then looking for everything that has blog. Okay, so you know what? We're just gonna copy these two lines just to see what's going on here. Oh man, I'm pretty sure I already know where this is gonna end up giving me a headache at some point. Okay, so we have this where partial false find. Okay, that's fine. I'm good with that. Blog post will then filter everything. Again, I'm curious why the event is needed though, because yeah, that's a little confusing to me. And then we have the doc. If the doc has a path, if the path includes /blog, that makes sense because if we look inside of my directory, we have our content and all my blog posts are here. So that seems like it tracks. All right. Rather than hemming and hawing and seeing we understand every single line of code, we are going to see real quick though is that now that we have this two lines, yes, there's this for loop because we're going to be adding every single item to it. Okay, sure. That tracks. So that here, and then doc title, doc path. Okay, sure. Let's keep this consistent. So I'll replace my domain name in here. And then, sure. Actually, no, I don't. I don't think this is gonna work out exactly right because if we go inside of our content and check out any of the blog posts, oh, I do have a date here. I have an excerpt instead of a description. Okay, let's do excerpt instead. Okay, let's save that. Okay, will this work? That's the big question here. I am not up to. Oh, hey, that kind of worked. Da, 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 da. Yep. All right. So again, for some whatever reason right now, my blog is down. So I figuring out deployment issues, that's a whole nother thing. Now, the slightly weird thing though, is that the seed data is saying Ben Code Zen blog. Is that right? All right, let's go. CSS tricks RSS. I want to see something real quick. Um, let's compare these two. Can you get me your RSS feed, CSS tricks? Oh, this is an article about, but I want CSS tricks, RSS feed. Here we go. Yeah, okay, so RSS. Oh, this is interesting. It's formatted a little bit differently. Here we go. RSS title. Yes, so why is my title, okay, title C data, that is common. Nope, that's CSS tricks, that's passkeys here and Y. Okay, so I have some weird C data thing going on here, which is a little bit weird. I thought that looked a little funny. Everything else looks fine. Back to the blog. This is good. I do like that. Do 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 do. Okay, let's think about this. Break it down. So right now we have the title. Every single title is given this doc title or a dash. So why is the doc title? Let me see. Okay, let's do this. What if, I don't know if this will work. Can I just console log if we're doing that? And if we go over here and refresh, we should get a bunch of stuff in the log. No, I think it's maybe for the other log. Ah, yeah. Okay. Okay, this looks clean to me. These are just the titles. So what's going on? All right, well, first thing we're gonna do then is we're gonna go to RSS npm because we're gonna see why the C data is naturally being fed to that. No, that looks clean. That looks good. Need title, site URL, image URL. Okay, I have to play that later. Feed item, title, description, sure. Why is that appearing in my feed though? Okay, so actually, okay, here we go. If we're thinking about debugging, my question then is what is Michael's RSS feed then? Because that's what's being generated, right? So if Michael's, okay, this is his feed URL, we can actually compare them side by side. So what I'm currently using is a split browser for, whoop, that didn't work the way I wanted to. Oh, that's a little sad. That's not exactly what I was expecting. Okay. So this is Arc Browser for those who are wondering what I'm doing. And so it naturally lets you easily split screen. Recently, I have seen some things regarding performance things. So for those looking at the Arc browser, there definitely have been some criticisms of it. But I mean, in general, yes, there are a lot of people say there's a lot of hype that built around it. I mean, certainly, but at the same time, like I mean, it's a new tool. So for me, I usually like playing around with different browsers. So hence, why you're seeing me playing around with Arc right now. So you can see here on the right, clearly we're looking at the RSS feed. Left here, okay. So on the upside, I am getting the same exact format as Michael here, in that the title is automatically wrapped with this C data bit. And I don't know if this is a good thing or not, but at the bare minimum, something is appearing. So we can, at least with confidence, then say that at this point, if we look here, that we have some sort of RSS feed, uh, which is cool because that means that, well, I think we technically added this functionality within the first like 30 minutes or so. So, what is this? Why is, oh, RSS XML, yes. Okay, great. Great. So we have a feature. Oh, however, there is an issue attached to this because my friend Connor was the one who alerted me that the RSS feature is broken. So let's do this real quick. Let's practice some. Whoa, I switched languages by accident. Let's go ahead and practice some good Git hygiene. And so this is let's call it fix 104 fix RSS feed. Great. So now we can call it the fix, add RSS feed back to site. Now, the only thing though that it's not totally done yet because one of the things we talked about in the last stream is that if you go to my blog site right now, blog post list, it's a little bit of a mess. But we have this issue right now where my Ghost, the content I'm trying to use Ghost to publish on, is currently not integrated with content, which is problematic. So it's making me rethink a little bit how I'm doing this. Because what this ultimately means is that when I'm passing stuff into the blog post, it really should be fitting the same format. That's part of it. So this Ghost post that I'm getting right now, where's my Ghost post? Here's my Ghost post block right here. It's, well, Ghost post is a different model than I believe the filtered list that I have here. So we're gonna need to do some data cleanup in order for this to work because right now, as it stands, oh, did I mess something up? Okay, wait, did I mess something up? I did mess something up. Oh yeah, I accidentally typed something here. Okay, this will only take into account the Nuxt content stuff, but not the Ghost stuff. So I wonder now if we took the same ideology of fetching from an API, okay, I'm gonna try this because this is what we do, right? Ghost posts, we're gonna wait use fetch. Looks like use fetch does exist. And I just want you to log ghost post. That's it. That's all I want you to do. Fingers crossed this works, but you know, we'll see. All right, so there. Give me a third, localhost, RSS.xml. Okay, use fetch is not defined. That's okay. That's totally cool. Okay, so use fetch is not imported because it's not available on the server. That's what we're learning here. So what this tells me is I think we can use the $sign fetch. Is this a global syntax that's going to work for me? Ooh, okay, that's better. So if we look at the output in the console, oh wait, it's saying it's not able to fetch anything. Is that because it's unable to fetch from its own endpoint? because right now, yeah, it's definitely coming back undefined. So, right, because the node server has no concept. Okay, what if I let's just force it. What if I did localhost 3000 like this and then refresh? Still undefined. Okay, let's just do. Actually, you know what? Let's just do like this. Ghost post equals this and refresh. Oh, okay, something did come up now. Okay, so what that told me, the reason it's undefined is because we were unable to, it was trying to break things down. Okay, so actually, why was it? We were doing this, right? Which was a shorthand for me to break down the data because if you use fetch the composable, what's happening is that it breaks it down automatically like data error and a couple, like it's like a standard object. But it looks like at least down at this level, we're actually not getting that. So if I think I can actually, I hope I can just delete this and refresh. Okay, that did not, oh wait, hold up, save, refresh. Okay, that did work. Awesome. Okay, so that means I don't need to provide it context around the domain that it's working on, which is actually a really, really good thing because there was a time in my Nuxt 2 site where I had to actually be like, oh, we're in development, so use like localhost this. And I had to do some weird like finagling of environments. But this is great. So I can just fetch the ghost post directly here. And if that's the case, what's stopping me from ghost posts, right? Because this should be an array, if I'm not mistaken. Those things massive. Ghost post. Yep, ghost post is an array. An array. Well, for each one, post of ghost post, and then we can do feed dot item. Let's see. We have title. Yep. URL. Not quite. That'll need to be figured out at some point. Date published at published at yes. Description post excerpt. I don't believe, no, just excerpt. Yeah, okay, this is good. Okay, let's refresh this now. And hey, that did kind of work. I mean that actually worked. Woo! Um, great. Now I'm trying to see if that URL actually hits somewhere. Oh no, it won't. I don't think it will because oh, it did. Okay, so this is my Ghost CMS. Ghost CMS clearly working. That's fine. Again, kind of sad to me that this is down. I don't know. Is this a network thing? Okay, I need to look in. Maybe there's an outage I don't know about. Oh well. But this is cool because this does mean that at this point we have getting back in the feed, personas, build with Ben. Okay, this is good. The only thing though is it's technically not sorted. Uh, so they're just kind of stacked on each other. Like I'm creating all the ghost posts first, then I'm creating the blog post. But in reality, I should be merging these two together. So, okay. How do we do this without breaking everything? One thing at a time. Okay. So micro commits, micro commits. Okay. So we caught that. This is good. We don't want stuff to log like that. We don't want that saved in the code. So what do we got here? We got that. Ooh, we got a great question from Michael here. Can you use pick with fetch? All right, hang on a sec. Sorry. Whoop. Quit. Git commit. So this is, I'm gonna call this a feature. Heck with it. And what we're gonna do here is add ghost post to RSS feed because that did not exist before. Okay, let's talk about Nuxt 3 fetch pick. Whoop. Yeah, let's see. Pick. Okay, so let's bump this up. So for those who don't know, when you're using the use fetch composable inside of Nuxt 3, they have this ability to actually choose very specific um, aspects about the payload, which is pretty cool to be honest. Um, because it like you usually have to do a lot of data massaging to make that work. And so apparently, as you can see here, to Michael's point, we can even transform it. So to what I was saying regarding massaging the data, there's nothing stopping me from once I've established the set format that they couldn't do that. The only thing though is that this is using the useFetch composable, and so my curiosity is whether the global one. So here we go. Takes place internally. Doesn't use browser cookies. That's fine. But let's go back to this doc. Oh, fetch. Yep, yep, yep. Fetch can be used. Da, 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 da. Okay, that's fine. So we're gonna actually play around with the type script capabilities of this, and it looks like at least the control space does not give me an option. Catch finally then. Whereas if I did use fetch, this does. Oh, this does not have. Wait, hang on. We're gonna test this real quick. Use fetch dot. Oh, it doesn't actually say pick. I would have expected that to appear in the autocomplete. Screw it. Let's just see what happens then. So right now we're gonna do this. We're gonna comment this out real quick, and we're just gonna say pick. What are we gonna pick? Let's follow the syntax that we saw below here, and we're just gonna pick the following things. Okay. Yep. Oh, wait. What am I talking about? It's a secondary argument. Ha! I totally messed up. That is not it. Okay, we are just going to find out if it works or not. So this means that what we're hoping is here, it takes a second argument, which we're going to use some. Okay, there are options here. So that looks promising. So we can just say title like this. And then we can log out the ghost post like that. Okay, so if we go back now to local RSS feed and check this out. Da, 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 da. Oh, wait, I messed something up. I closed that. Pick title. What did I mess up? I messed something up. I'm not paying attention to something. I absolutely am not. Pick an array of properties. Yes. That looks fine. But wait. Is there a syntax error I'm missing? It doesn't like this. It's not assigned on parameter nitro fetch options API ghost. Ah, get past push. Okay. So it looks like it doesn't exist on here. Which is unfortunate. Wait, where else are we getting console log? That should be the only one here. Can I clear this? Ooh. Ah, yeah, yeah. Clear. Clear. Nope. This is everything. Await fetch. It should be an object after URL. Yeah, so Michael, so I caught that before I saw your chat. Yeah, Daniel Weston here. Yeah, confirming. Yep, it's with use fetch. That's unfortunate. Well, okay, here's the thing though. I could have sworn I read that use fetch could be used on the server side too. I thought it's convenient wrapped around use async data and fetch, meant to be used directly in the setup function plugin route middleware. Oh, pass from server to client. Sure. Try fetch data. Sure. Uh huh. Bum. Yeah, options here. Yeah, I like this, but it looks like it's meant. Oh, that's sad. Yeah, the pick would be nice. So again, I will definitely be playing around with that on the front end side of it. But for now, it looks like we're stuck with having to manually massage it. So, which is totally fine, because what we're gonna ultimately do then is we're gonna say, let's call it, what's it, clean data? So clean ghost posts. I don't know about love that, but it's fine. We can ghost post dot map, and for every post in here, we'll basically return an object that's more similar to what we have here. It looks like doc. Even to be honest, even this, I'd almost want to massage that path because this is not cool that it's an underscore path in terms of like data like standardization. So I mean, so we do title, post title, URL is going to be, so this will actually be similar then, and this already tells me that I need to, uh, we're going to want to make this a reusable constant to make it a little bit easier. Log post slug, yep. Date published at, yep. Uh, description post expert. So let's just use that like that. So that should massage everything down. Then when we come to here, and we have clean ghost posts, then this should all just be one-to-one, basically. Okay, let's see if that looks any better from a refactoring perspective. It looks like it still works back in the arena. Okay. Okay, so that does work. Uh, we have blog getting back in the arena. Yeah, this is good. The only problem right now I realize with this RSS that I'm currently doing is that it doesn't technically work yet because um, at the moment I am currently only generating URLs based on the doc, which is sorry, the source. So I'm assuming it's always at Nuxt content at the moment. So okay, for now, you know what? We clean this up. Again, micro commits. This is working. So I cannot type. We did refactor this so that it's a little bit easier on the data modification side. So let's go ahead and do that. Refactor, uh, sanitize data from Ghost to match RSS schema. Okay, that's basically what we did. And then the problem right now is when we're looking at the blog post list. Actually, maybe that's the first thing I need to fix, but we still have time. So what the heck? We're going to push forward with this. This will actually give us a chance to actually do the thing we were talking about regarding the fetch pick stuff. I see a comment from Michael here. Too bad pick can't be used there. I guess it's because fetch doesn't know what it fetches. Maybe fetch on request and on response can be used. Maybe. Um, but before I want to dive into that, I think the to make sure I'm actually delivering value with the things that I'm shipping, I got to make sure the Go stuff is integrated. Because right now, my site is doing this really ugly thing where it's, let's see, bum bum. Okay, right. I really don't like the fact that my Ghost posts are separated from my other posts. So what this tells me then is a couple of things. We're going to open that up, bump that over. Great. Okay, so if we go to the blog, thanks. Appreciate it. Okay, ghost posts. Okay, again, yuck, yuck. All right, we're fixing that right now because we're going to talk about this new technique that we have been talking about in the chat. And so, all right, so I clearly have the ability to get all this content. I have the blog post preview where I can show whatever, excerpt, path, published. Okay, so this is the general data model I'm using. Again, it's so funny when you're the one that built it, but then later when you're looking at it, you're like, I don't remember any of this. Okay, so what we can do though, this is where we're going to play around with this. All right, so if this is really the case, then we can not only, we want to pick, then transform is what we want to do at this point. So if that's the case, let's start with the pick attribute. Okay, so we can say pick. What are we going to pick? We're going to pick the title. We're going to pick the published at. Instead of the slug, we want the slug actually though, and we want the excerpt. Yes. Okay. So knowing that, I'm going to do a couple of things. One, we're going to break this by uncommenting out this whole underline piece. And I'm just going to do a pre on ghost posts. And if we go back here, all right, empty object, which is totally fine. And then, yep, ghost pick all this stuff. All right. So again, clearly something's breaking. So let's just delete that first, save, refresh. All right, great. So we have a bunch of stuff and we have stuff pick. Yep. Excerpt. Yep. Published at. Yep. Okay. So this is only unfortunate thing. I believe I used this correctly. We should be able to pick the properties that we want. Pick keys of any undefined. Sure. If I save this, this is what's interesting. It's not actually giving me anything. It's actually giving me an empty object. And why is this the case? So let's bump this up for full. Pick. Oh wait, use fetch. Yep. Data. Yep. By only selecting the field you want returned from the composable. Yes. You can also include a transform as well, which is fine, which we could do, but I'm a little weirded out because the pick should have done its job. Clearly, it's not. Okay, but let's go ahead and try something else while this is not working. We have the transform property, and we're transforming the post, I believe, is the syntax I saw earlier. But we're gonna, actually, let me just check that real quick. Transform. Yep. We guess you get the post here and the function, and then return post.map for every post. And we're going to return an object now with the title, post.title, excerpt. Sure, let's just keep it like that. Keep it real simple. Okay, cool. So the ghost is fetching stuff, and now we actually are transforming it correctly. So, huh. Okay, so Michael's question here, is it because we're fetching from another API? So actually we are fetching from the Nuxt API. So we're looking at server API Ghost. This is what we are doing here. And I'm actually doing something pretty simple here. Uh, yeah, just the fetch here, filter post. Yep. Yeah, so this should be clean enough. Types of the route. Maybe. But it's interesting because you would think that would go through. I don't know. But the transform definitely does work. We have confirmed this because now we have a very short list of posts, which is fine. And then we can have, what does we want? We want date, post.publish at. Now I'm going to worry about our tags, I guess. Do I have any post.tags? I think this should work. So, whoop. All right. If we go now back here, I do really need to figure this out. Tags, cool, post. All right, not shabby. Yeah, tags.map. I really only need the slug to be honest for now. So can I do this? Tags.map for every tag here, return tag.name. And then if we go here, yeah, tag post, good enough. Okay, simple enough. We have our ghost post now. Now, the only thing though is we want to merge these two things together because my filtered list consists of all this blog stuff and should publish. Okay, props.list. Oh, I forgot. I'm passing it a list of data and then I'm sorting the data. So, funnily enough, I think I actually did this in the wrong place. So, I would want to grab this whole block here and then delete this whole ghost post bit. Okay, so knowing that, great. Now my blog post looks normal again. Now we just need to find out where it's being called, which is most likely in blog index. All right, now I have too many things and y'all can't see anything, so we're hiding a bunch of stuff. So here we go. We have the data here. We have a bunch of posts that are being put in the list. Then we're going to go ahead and we want to paste all this stuff that we just did for ghost posts. And then const all posts equals, yep, all of posts dot value. title of, oh, right, shoot, we don't want to, what's wrong with this? Must have a method that returns an iterator. Ghost post, use fetch. I understand. Okay, yep, that breaks, that's fine. Let's do this one time. Boop. Dot value. I assume it's a ref. No, does not. Oh, okay, like that. If I do this, breaks. Yeah, not iterable. That makes sense. Because these are reactive references, like that. Okay, that looks pretty good, except not really. Because where are all my ghost posts? Oh, oh, oh! I'm so stupid. Uh, the list is all posts, not that. And so we need a I don't know what I was thinking. Returning an array with all this stuff. Um, okay, saving that. I don't think this is gonna work. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, something super funky right now. That's fine. Okay, hold on. Return posts like this. So this shouldn't work if I'm not mistaken. That should break. Yeah, post is not iterable. Save like this. Okay, that's good. Okay, now that we know that works, can we do ghost post dot value like this? And then we can refresh. Okay, so what is it not liking? It's something about the includes that doesn't, it's broken, meaning most likely it's on my end because the ghost posts are being passed into, well, heck, let's just do this real quick. Pre ghost post. Refresh. Yeah, so there's an array, title, except date, tags. Let's figure out something real quick. Blog post list, blog post preview. Am I checking something inside of blog post preview? Oof, blog post preview. Is there an includes in here? Uh, Format, publish date. Looks pretty clean to me. Don't understand why it doesn't like this format. Index is greater than display range.end. Excerpt path. Oh, because it assumes this path property. Oh, that's the problem. Because it's no longer the case. It's not standardized. So meaning this should be oh, okay, hang on. What did I do? I did excerpt. Oh, wait, I don't even have a path for this. Okay, so that actually might be the issue. So let's just match it. We're not even gonna worry too much about it. And we're just gonna do it like this. Okay, save. Refresh. Okay, now we have a path. Now, if we switch back here, bam! There you go. Not too shabby. All right, that's gonna break. Okay, cool. So now we can do this post dot value. Although I'm gonna say local post is really the more accurate terminology. Local post dot value. Refresh. Oh no, it doesn't like it. Crud. Why? Okay, again, cut this out, save, refresh. Oh, well, surely that would make sense. It's gonna be if not it. Oh no, everything's not working anymore. Oh, this is what's scary sometimes. Okay, okay, hold up. We're gonna do this. Mm, okay, so I've killed it. It's done. Maybe I just crashed it too much. Okay, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. V if post. Yes. Thank you, Michael. Okay, so the ghost post dot value. I mean null of null read date. if all posts, like that. Now refresh. It does not like the date. What? Oh, I know why. Because I'm currently on the blog. I haven't fixed the detail page yet. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, great. That looks good. This is what happens when you move to local post dot value. Uh-huh. Okay, it looks like we're integrated. Okay. Uh, okay. This is good. This is good. We successfully integrated these two. Um, this is not even actually. This is a feature now. Integrate Ghost posts into blog feed. But it is not working correctly because when we go inevitably to the ID page, so in other words, if we go to the slug, it is currently assuming that the source is Nuxt content. And since it's assuming it's Nuxt content, it's automatically fetching stuff a certain way. And so it's clear to me that at this point, I need to have some sort of, I mean, the easiest thing is most likely to be some source attribute to basically say that, hey, is this content going to be coming from local, like local markdown, or is this coming from Ghost? If it's local markdown, use this to fetch your data. Otherwise, you fetch it directly via the Ghost CMS API. That should fix it. Um, yep. But I think that is, as far as time goes, I think we're at time. So let's go ahead and do a wrap up, shall we? All right. Boop. Okay. Cool. All right. So today we successfully got the RSS feed fixed locally at the bare minimum. I'll need to figure out what's going on deployment wise or why my site is down. Um, However, on the other hand, what we've also done is we've actually got to expose some of the weird integrations going on with Ghost and the local markdown right now. So at the moment, unfortunately, we won't have time to fix that live together. But what I will do, honestly, that one is fairly straightforward. So unlikely I'll do like the next build with Ben will be focused on that topic because I think I could probably just knock that out on my own pretty quickly. So that way people actually have something working. But otherwise, let's see. Oh, I see here from Michael. Let's see, I'm doing the exact same every day. Comforting to see others struggle too. Everyone else in pre-code just makes it perfect instantly. Not true. Yes, Michael, that's actually part of the inspiration for the Build with Ben series is because this is what real life development is like. Tutorials, like you said, they have this way of making it sound like everything just happens. It's just great, it's just perfect, and no one ever runs into it. But sometimes you make mistakes, or not sometimes, it's almost guaranteed. You're gonna make mistakes, and sometimes being able to think it out, figure out where it's coming from, is just an important part of the exercise. So I appreciate Michael, Daniel, everyone for hanging and helping to rubber duck as we kind of went through things. And so yeah, so I mean, we got the feature shipped, which is great. That's always a little bit of the I don't know the anticipation with me for every one of these things. Are like I set a topic and I'm like, this is the goal. We're gonna try to figure this out. I never know what's gonna happen, but hopefully it's enjoyable for everyone else. Anyhow, with that said, that's a wrap for this episode of Build with Ben. We'll still have Obsidian office hours tomorrow, so I'll get that posted up. But otherwise, for those who want to join for the Obsidian content, I'll see you tomorrow. But otherwise, again, check the schedule as I start getting the calendar updated for all the future Build with Bens. But appreciate all of you for watching and hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. And I'll talk to you all later. Bye, everybody.